post, a lot easier. But there are some things that you really have to pay close attention to because you want to make sure that they show up on the homepage in the right way. So the first thing you'll do is you'll come into the website and it's gonna look like this, right? You're gonna be on this page, and then you're gonna go to posts. And you can see the posts I already have here, so then you will go to add new. And this is really simple. So what I'm going to do is I already have one done, so I'm just going to work off of that one, and you can do the same because it's already in there. So title, right? We're just going to copy and paste our title right in here. And then this is your body of text. Again, you can just paste this right in here. You know, if you have some photos you want to use, or you know, for the one, obviously I had that image. You know, you can click this. You can do an image. You can separate paragraphs, heading. You can throw in a form. Mostly, you'd only use the image, though, right? So there's that. And so once you have your heading in and your body of text, you'll come over here. You'll see in this one it has it as Rob Wright because that's who I logged in as. Yours, they might give you a Mary login or they might give you Lisa's login. I'm not sure. But either way, you're going to want to switch this. There you are, Mary. So you do have your own login. But you're not going to want to post these as yourself. You're going to want to post these as Lisa. Just because, you know, I think it's more appropriate. And then once you roll down a little bit, you know, you'll see like standard format. That's all should already be populated. Uncategorized is fine. Unless, of course, we get into new categories where there's different types of DIY, stuff like that. But I think uncategorized is generally where you're going to want to be. And then tags. This is important for SEO. So over here, you'll be able to see this is empty. And it's really easy to add tags. So say we're doing one on WordPress, right? So it might be, there's some that I always want to keep, right? So like IBM Z, mainframe resiliency, like any of the stuff that's really important. You don't want to do all the same for every blog post, but you want to do the ones that are relevant, you know? So, you know, for WordPress, it might be like WordPress update, right? And then you just hit enter and they pop in. You know, IBM Z. And so you'll see when you type in IBM, it brings up popular ones that I've already used. So it kind of knows. So just make sure you don't leave this empty because Google does pick these up and they are important. So you just want to kind of think about this, right, when you're adding in these tags. And you can see I've done it for every post so far. And then what you want to do is you need to add a featured image. Again, these are all kind of the same size, right? So I'll send you that PSD of the size that I'm using because you need to make sure that when you're posting those images, I'll show you on the website. When you're posting those images, you want to make sure they look good here on the home page, right? But then you also want to make sure that they look good here on the blog page, right? So you would just click here, You just click here, you would just click upload. You would upload a file from your computer, whatever. And then it would come into this, you would highlight it blue, and you would add it. Now, one thing I could say that you're probably going to want to do is, see, this is an image that we added just to fix that other one, but see, this one was the one that I used from that other blog post. See how I fill all of this out? Explainable artificial intelligence, predicting chaos, whatever. And then I added IBM mainframe, explainable artificial intelligence. I'm kind of going for this artificial intelligence keyword, and that's something that I want Google to pick up on, that we are like, we're knowledgeable about artificial intelligence when it comes to mainframes. So that's why I have that keyword in there, and I have it over here as well, right? So make sure you fill all of these out for each image every time you add a blog post. I mean, you'll see that I did it for this one too. I actually, anytime I add an image to a website, I generally fill this out if it's an important image. You can see some I have, some I haven't. But with the blogs, like these are all my blog post ones, you can see that I've done that for all the blog posts, because on the blog post it's really important. So then you would just click set as featured image, and it would come in and it would look like this. Now, Excerpt is another one that you might glance over because it says optional, but that's actually really important that you fill that out. And I'll show you why. It's because it's this little portion of the home page. So if you don't fill out Excerpt, it's just going to have the heading, and then it's just going to have a read more button, which is okay, but nobody's going to read your headline and then just click over to read more. Like, you need to have a little bit more information there. So what I normally do is I would just take some text from this body, and I rewrite it to give them a little sneak peek of what's going to be shown on the actual blog article. And I really think that's it. Like, there's not much else to do on here. All this other stuff, you can type in SEO keywords, and you can add an image here for Facebook if you want. That'll be better for SEO. It's not like you have to, but you can. Pop a video in there if you want. I honestly wouldn't worry about any of that. I would just keep it as simple as possible and just kind of do it the way I did it. And I think you'll be totally fine. And so all these that I did on the blog page, I did kind of in the same way. So let me know if you have any questions, but that's basically how to add a blog post.